What's new, crew? Welcome back to my channel. Aldi just released their sneak peeks for some of the fall items that they're releasing. So I was scrolling through those and I figured we should just talk about those today. And then if we have time to fit it in this video, I have a list of some of my favorite fall items that I'm excited to come back, that I'm looking for. Things that I saw that I'm just excited to bring back all the fall stuff, because that's happening. I'm only gonna be talking about the fall items that are going to be dropping here. I think they're supposed to drop next week. I'm super excited for them. I'm only gonna be talking about food items though, because if I start getting into Aisle of Shame stuff, this video will be an hour and a half long, because we are heading into that time of year where I think Aldi just steps up their game, and from now to the end of the year their stuff is awesome. Their food items, their crafts, their Aisle of Shame, everything. I get so many Christmas gifts out of the Aisle of Shame from this point to the end of the year. It's insane. Plus so many fun kids snacks and stuff. The first thing they're dropping is the apple cider donut sandwich cream. So they're just like an Oreo, but they're apple cider donut. They sound amazing. I don't know if it's just the pregnancy, the baby. I've been really into anything apple lately. I've made apple pies so many times over the last couple of weeks because it's just all I want to eat is apple pie. So everything that's apple flavored just sounds just a notch above what it normally would be right now. But those look so good. Another thing that they're launching are the fall cream wafer rolls. They have pumpkin spice flavor, which isn't for me. I don't really like anything pumpkin spice flavored at all. But they also have salted caramel. I might pick one of these up just as like a fun treat. They're also releasing their specialty selected dark chocolate thins for pretzels or almonds. Those sound amazing. If you've watched any of my Aldi videos before, you know I gravitate towards absolutely anything that has dark chocolate in it. It's like one of my weaknesses. I love it so much. That sounds really, really good. They're also launching a specialty selected, which I love that brand also. The specialty selected stuff is always really good. I recommend that a ton. Maybe I need to do a video about the lines from Aldi that I would 100% recommend. But they have a pumpkin cheesecake drizzled caramel corn, which I love cheesecake and I love caramel corn, but I'm not really a pumpkin person, so I don't know how I'd feel about these. But for $2.99 a bag, I might grab one to try it, because I bet my husband would eat these. If nothing else, my kids would eat them. I know they also have some really fun sauces that come out this time of year. I know I've seen these before, but once again, it's the specially selected pumpkin and butternut squash, or the pumpkin chipotle pasta sauce. That could be really up your alley. If I've never tried them, like I said, but I see them year after year, and I know a lot of other people get really excited about them. That might be something fun to try. And I know that Aldi also sells these like butternut squash raviolis that you could get to put underneath the sauce if you were to do the pumpkin and butternut squash. Then the last thing, they're also from Nature's Nectar. They are releasing a sparkling fresh cider pack, and it's just like a sparkling apple cider. That looks really good. So figured I'd mention that one, but I just wanted to hop in now to like their seasonal items that only come this time of year that I 100% would recommend picking up. Things that I look for every year, that I always grab, things that I just really, really love. The first thing I wanted to mention are their seasonal spice blends that come out this time of year. Some of these are only going to be here for the month, and some of them will be here all for the rest of the year. But Aldi has really great prices on all of their spices, especially some of these ones that they launched this time of year. I wrote them all down because I didn't want to miss one. They sell cloves, allspice, ginger, nutmeg, pumpkin spice, and cream of tartar this time of year. I will always stock up, because those spices, even at Walmart, are going to be more expensive than what Aldi is going to provide, and usually they're bigger quantities at Aldi as well. So I love to pick up their big thing of cream of tartars, because I use those in my Christmas cookies at the end of the year, and then I also make Play-Doh for my kids year round, and that's something that I need to make Play-Doh. So if I can buy a big jug of it instead of these itsy bitsy little things that Walmart sells, I'm gonna get the big ones. Pumpkin spice, that's something that I'll buy a couple of those throughout the year, because I actually make pumpkin spice Play-Doh for my kids, also for making pumpkin pies. I've got a ton of squash and different variety of pumpkin and stuff down in the garden that I plan hopefully on getting some canned pumpkin pie filling on the storage shelf and having some pumpkin pie spice and some nutmeg and all those seasonal things that you really need this time of year. It's just nice to have, so I always pick those up this time of year from Aldi. Another thing that I love to pick up this time of year, especially heading into back to school, is their apple cinnamon breads. They're these little boxed kits that you get, and you can make breads or muffins. They are so easy for easy in the morning, or you just make the box and the kids can have them all week long. They can bring them to school for snacks, things like that. I know our school specifically will provide breakfast and lunch, but the kids have an opportunity in the middle of the day to have a snack, and you have to provide your own snack. And I always send my kids with like muffins and cookies and like homemade goods and stuff. And those are just really easy to have when maybe like I'm right at the end of this pregnancy and I need some easy stuff and I don't want to make as much from scratch. Those are awesome. I love those. They're great. I love their apple straws. I personally love them. My kids love them too, but they're so good. They're just like veggie straws, but they're apple cinnamon, just all the flavors you want this time of year, and they're really good. I love their seasonal coffee packets. I give those coffee packets away as Christmas gifts regularly often because they have so many fun things. Their maple one is really good. Last year I got a creme brulee one from there and it was amazing. I only got one and I've regretted it all year long. I wish I would have gotten more because when I went back they were gone. So I really wish if I see them this year, the creme brulee ones, 100% I'm buying some of those. They also have like apple cinnamon or maple and bacon, like so many fun different coffee blends. So if you see one that you think you like, give it a try. And if you see one that you think someone else would like, get it and just store it away as a Christmas gift or something and give it to them during the holidays because they are awesome. The maple cookies, I think they've made these permanent because I've seen them all year at my Aldi, but I haven't bought them. I only buy them this time of year. They are so good. They're just these little maple cookies. They're shaped like maple leaves. They are so delicious, and it's not an overwhelming maple flavor in my opinion. They're so good. Anytime I buy these, the box is gone like the day we open it. They are one of my favorite fall items for sure. Also the pumpkin spice cookies. I don't like those, but my husband likes those. My kids like the pumpkin spice cookies. They're a bit much for me personally, but they love them and I love that for them. I will most likely be picking up a box of the pumpkin spice cookies as well, because then that way, ulterior motive, maybe my maple cookies will last a little bit longer. They also launched these really awesome and fun different kinds of salad dressings this time of year. They have an apple, oh I cannot remember what it is, but it's like an apple vinaigrette and then an orange cranberry one. And the orange cranberry one is even really great to just buy a bottle and like keep it on your shelf, and maybe for Thanksgiving or something you're making a big salad and you can put the orange and cranberry vinaigrette over the salad. I think that would be a crowd pleaser, but just some fun different vinaigrettes to switch it up heading into the fall time. I think the item I'm most excited to come back is actually their fried apples with cinnamon in the can. I bought one can last year because I wanted to try it out. And this year, now that I know how amazing they are, I am buying, I think I'm gonna buy a whole flat of them when I go grocery shopping. So stay tuned for my Aldi haul for September because it's gonna be packed. Basically my Aldi hauls from now until the end of the year are gonna be packed with so many goodies and new things and things that you don't see me buy all the time, fun treats, and lots of great ideas. So definitely subscribe and like wait for the end of the year's grocery hauls because they're my favorite grocery hauls to grocery shop for and film. But they're fried cinnamon apples. These make the best apple pies. If you are trying to make an apple pie, maybe you're just learning how to make pies, you don't want to clean apples, maybe you're pinched for time, maybe you don't have like whatever it is, you just want to be lazy but you still want to put a pie together. These apples taste amazing. They don't turn to mush, which I was concerned about, but I made handheld apple pies last year with like a glaze that we put over the handheld pies. They were amazing. My husband has asked for them all year since then, and I've made them with real apples and they're not the same. The texture of the real apple doesn't get the same way that it does from the apples being canned. They're a little bit softer, they're a little bit easier to work with, but they're not it doesn't turn to applesauce in the pies either. It's like this really weird in-between thing that it was just perfect. They're so good. I even used a can of it last year in my crock pot with some pork chops, and we made cinnamon applesauce and pork chops in the crock pot, and that was a huge crowd pleaser. Everybody loved that. So lots of different things you can do with these, either pies and stuff, or even for dinners you can use these for, but they're so good. So highly recommend those. That's something I'm the most excited to have come back this year. So I really hope they have them when I go grocery shopping. If not, I'll be making a second trip into Aldi to get those because I need those on my storage shelf. But just like that, those are all of the fall items that Aldi is either scheduled to release in September, or just a couple of things that I highly recommend you look out for. Let me know down below which one of these sounds the absolute best to you, something you're really excited to pick up and try, or something that I mentioned you're like, yes, I'm with you, girl, I also need those maple cookies. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me and watch one of my videos, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye.
Change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.